Keegan Gregory was a high school student hiding in a bathroom stall with one other student for what seemed to be the longest 5 minutes as he heard gunshots and agonizing screams taking place. He immediately started texting his mom. The following part of this text as gunshots were being fired. Help! Gunshots! I'm hiding in a bathroom. OMG! Help! Mom! They're right here! Right outside the bathroom! I'm terrified. OMG! He saw us. I'm here. I'm with one other person. He saw us. Imagine being the parent, brother, sister, or even friend receiving that terrifying text message. As tragic gun violence is unfolding and you are helpless to do anything, hello, I'm Austin Smith. I just read a real message by a victim of gun violence, Keegan Gregory, who was a student at Oxford High School when this happened in November of 2021. Gun violence has risen sharply in recent years. Gun violence impacts those beyond deaths. It impacts those who witness it, who know someone who was shot, or who's in fear of the next shooting. Mass shootings aren't the only form of gun violence on the rise. It's homicides and suicides as well. Today I will show you why the current gun laws and background checks are not enough to curb gun violence facing America and what we can do to solve this tragic problem. Let's start with looking at the problem. While gun laws such as Brady Law enacted in 1993 require federal licensed firearms dealers to conduct a background check against a national database on all sales, loopholes exist and are the primary problem. According to Griffith's Law Center, a dangerous and deadly loophole in federal gun laws does not require unlicensed seller to run a background check before selling a firearm, unfortunately. This means that guns find their way into the hands of people who are prohibited from owning a gun. Prohibited people include felons, domestic abusers, those restrained with a domestic abuse, or are mentally ill, among others. Most unlicensed sales take place at gun shows and online. According to the Brady United Against Gun Violence, hundreds of thousands of prohibited transactions take place each year. Today, 1 in 5 gun sales occur without background checks, making their way into hands of those prohibited from owning a gun. On top of that, a licensed gun dealer can complete the sale and transfer the gun in after 3 business days if the background check does not complete. This means the person buying the gun has not been determined if they are eligible or prohibited from owning a gun, and makes it easier for intentional gun violence. Now that we've seen the deadly problem of loopholes in our current gun law, what can be done about it? I support a plan that is backed up by the majority of Americans, both non-gun owners and 97% of gun owners, as well as both Democrats and Republicans. It requires a 2-part solution. First, all sales of guns should require a universal background check. Every gun should require a background check, including private sales. According to the data collected by Brady United, the 22 states that require background checks on all handguns sales have been less than half as many mass shootings and 35% fewer gun deaths, as well as less suicides. Evidence shows that background checks help keep guns from being sold to those most likely to commit crimes. In fact, FBI data shows that in 2020, background checks stopped more than 300,000 illegal sales from finding their way into the hands of most likely to commit crimes. Secondly, firearm license should be a requirement. Research by the Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions show that permit to purchase, as it is known, reduces gun homicides and suicides. It allows a comprehensive background check to be conducted rather than to allow sale to take place if it if a background check is not completed in 3 business days as is now. I, for one, like many Americans, support a slightly longer wait period in the interest of public safety, both my safety and for the ones I love. As activist Shane Claiborne once said, when the Second Amendment was written, guns fired 1 round a minute. Now they fire over 100. Guns have evolved over the years, so should gun laws. To wrap this up, I hope you understand the dangerous loopholes in our gun laws and urgency to solve this problem. This plan, the implementation of universal background checks on every gun sale and requiring a permit to purchase, is simple but effective. Both these solutions will help reduce easy access to deadly guns by closing the loopholes. The time to take stand is now. If you recall the text I was reading at the beginning, Keegan's frantic text to his mom as he hid from the shooter who illegally acquired his gun, he lived, but his friend that was hiding with him did not. And Keegan, he still hears gunshots and will carry this with him for the rest of his life. Do not let this senseless gun violence continue. Enough is enough. Let's use this gun violence to demand Congress to vote yes on H.R. 8 to expand Brady background checks. Thanks and happy holidays.